Hey ladies, it's Greg, and as promised, here is the live talking about how you can drop body fat and still include all the snacks in your life. Okay, so in a minute, I'm gonna tell you the big reason or the big way of how to include the snacks that you love and still get awesome results. All right, so as promised, this is what I do. So here's the thing you need to do. If you are listening live, you got to comment live. If you're on a replay, comment replay. And I want to know that you get the results that you want, all right? So that this helps you get some of the results you want, okay? So if you're live, hit live, comment live, just so I know you can hear me, because nobody likes talking to themselves. Say, hey, Jojo. Cool. So I've got a, hey, Chantel. Long time no see. This is going to be fun. All right, ladies. So first of all, before we start, right, can you just comment what your favorite evening snack is? I'd love to know what your favorite evening snack is. Hey, Chantel, awesome. And I'm going to tell you what it is that you can do to include the snack in your life. Okay, because here's the thing, right, ladies. And I was talking to my client group about this just actually Monday. My clients, we have a group call on a Monday, group coaching call, and that's part of the program that I do. So one of the things was, people talking about how they can, not to stop snacking, right? Because let's be honest, every diet that you go on, what do they tell you to do? Give up all of the snacks that you love. Yeah, they all tell you to do it, right? They all tell you have to give up all the snacks you love in order to lose weight. Tell me that's not true. And I'll wait for you to tell me. Because that's what they do, right? They tell you that, yeah, you have to give up all your chocolate. You got to give up your crisps. And when you really think about it, like, that's almost ingrained in your DNA. I'm not saying it's some hunter-gatherer business. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that, okay, Chantel's crisp, Lisa's chocolate. Okay, cool. Keep them coming, ladies. Keep the snacks coming. I'm intrigued. But, like, eating some little nibbles after dinner has almost become, like, part of our culture, right? So when our parents, maybe, they may not have had so many snacks, but they would have had dessert after dinner, right? But a lot of us nowadays, we don't really do dessert. So what we do now have is a little bit of a later dessert, for want of a better word. So Joe is chocolate, yeah, for want of a better word, than dessert, right? So we have a little snackette later on, right? When we're sitting watching Netflix. So who's been told they have to give up all their favorite snacks to lose weight? I just want a show of hands, just so to make sure I get this right when I deliver. So if you just comment me if you've been told that you have to give up all your snacks to lose weight. Because I'm sure you have. I'm sure that every diet strategy program in the world has said, oh yeah, you got to stop eating all your snacks, you can't have all your favorite bits. Yeah, you know that one. You know how it goes. So, yeah, who's been told that they can't? Okay, so Jojo said me. Okay, awesome. Joe, who told you had to give up all your snacks to lose weight? I'd love to know. Anyway, all right. So here's the story, ladies. Here's the big one. So I was working with a client a little while ago. She started to work with me. So this is she's about 5 weeks in. Oh yeah, Chantel, that old classic. Replace the healthy ones replace it with all healthy stuff like carrot sticks. Like, who eats carrot sticks? Like, seriously, carrot sticks must be the most boring food in the world, right? So I'm going to talk about my client Lisa, who is working with me now. Actually, there you go. GP told you to give up all the snacks. Yeah, the GPs get about 2 weeks of actual nutrition out of their 7 years of actual training. Mind blown. So in my sports science degree, I have more training than your doctor in terms of nutrition. Scary, huh? Anyway, so Lisa, she's been working with me for 8 weeks now, so she's 11 pounds down. Yeah, so 8 weeks, 11 pounds down, okay? And she hasn't had to give up any of her snacks whatsoever. Because here's the thing, ladies, right? This is the problem with everyone and how they do nutrition, okay? So all of you will have been told you got to give up this, you got to give up that, etc. But what happens is the diet that you go on doesn't fulfill you. Hey Lisa, okay. Yeah, it's definitely an old school thing. It's always that custard tart. So what happens is when you go on these diets, they're not necessarily a bad thing, but well, some of them are. But you go on this diet and it's also low calorie that it doesn't fill you up, right? You don't feel full, you don't feel satisfied, etc. So you get the calories from it, and it's like 1,000 calories. Now, ladies, most of you are adults, I hope, if you're in this group. You all have to work. You all may have to exercise, look after kids, manage a husband. Don't worry, I know it's hard work. But if your calories are way too low, that's causing another really big problem, all right? So Lisa came to me and she was like, Greg, she runs like twice a week. She had a personal trainer as well. And the personal trainer was like, right, you've only got to eat like chicken and broccoli. You can't have any of your snacks. Yeah. So when she came to work with me, one of the things that you have to do when you work with me is you have to do a lifestyle assessment. I have to understand what's going on in your life, right? Got to assess it from the ground up. And what I noticed looking at her nutrition as it was back then, it was boom and bust. Like it'll be perfect for a couple of days, then it would just stop. It was perfect for a couple of days, then it should stop. And I know exactly what's happening, okay? Because all of these diet people will tell you that you have to eat a certain way. Whereas how Lisa's managed to drop the 11 pounds is very simple. This. I gave her enough calories that she could include food she loves and still get results. Okay? So listen back to that, ladies. I gave her enough calories that she could still drop body fat, but still include all of the food she loves. So if you'd like to drop up to 20 pounds in 90 days, including food that you love, chocolates, etc., drop a heart below. I just want to make sure that this next bit is important for you. So the next bit is really important. Just drop a heart emoji, ladies, because this is important. That all of these diets, they lead you from like boom to bust, from binge to perfection. And it's all bollocks. It's all absolute bollocks. And it really gets me angry. So Lisa's like 8 weeks into her 90-day program, 11 pounds down, smashing it. And what she said to me on Monday on our call, right, was this. Greg, I'm so happy I joined you because I don't have to give up the foods I love. Boom. Yeah? So when you're looking at someone's nutrition overall, and hey ladies, I can't give you a nutrition degree in this one post. I'd love to be able to, but it's not going to work. You have to look at everything, but you have to give enough calories, and you have to find the calorie sweet spot to be able to eat out with your friends, be able to, have a little chocolate after dinner. And I actually gave one of my clients a little bit of a reverse strategy, right? And I might share it with you, I might not, but basically I got her to reverse her diet. So she'd do a nutrition plan. Here's what I would do. I got her to put her snacks in first, then build up the rest of the diet. That makes sense? So she put her snacks in first, then built her other foods around it. Oh, magic. So, like I did with Lisa, she now knows that she's got the flexibility to eat any food that she wants. I only have 3 food rules, okay? As long as they don't make you sick, as long as they're not a gateway food or a binge food, and as long as it's not something you hate. Simple nutrition rules. And the goal here, ladies, is to make sure that you can still live life. Most diet strategies are just like ultra starvation. They're just miserable. And you're never going to get the body you want. You're never going to get the health that you want if you're always restricting, right? So if you're going to go all in and be like, it's perfection or nothing, never going to work. And that's why so many people give up after about 2 weeks and then just go and eat all the chocolate in the world. So Ladies, this is a freedom pass. Like, I'm telling you, this is the freedom pass that you can go and include some chocolate in your nutrition every week and still lose body fat. Who likes the sound of that? If you like the sound of that, hit the heart button. Because it really upsets me when I hear ladies come and talk to me and say, Greg, my PT made me only eat certain foods. I had to give up all of my foods. It's absolute rubbish, ladies. It doesn't need to be that way. Okay? So here's the kind of the rub of the green. So three main points to really get your head around, ladies. First of all food has calories, right? So whether it's broccoli or it's chocolate, they all have calories. Yes, the broccoli might be more nutrient dense and lower calorie, but they all have calories. Okay, so if you start to open your mind to the fact that actually, you know what? If all foods have calories, then actually there's no good or bad food. And that's the kicker. There are no good or bad foods. Because every time... What the hell is that? I have no idea what that guy's saying. Every time you have to give up foods to start losing weight, you have in your head that it's a bad food. And that's just ruining your relationship with food. Just totally ruins it. Just totally makes you feel bad all the time. Makes you feel like you're a failure. Oh, I had a chocolate bar, so I'm a failure. No. In fact, one of my clients, I actually told her to eat biscuits the other day. I told her to eat biscuits. She was like, Greg, I feel a bit peckish. And I was like, okay, cool. So where you at with your nutrition overall? Oh, I've been great all this week. Great. I could have some biscuits. She was like, what? Biscuits? I'm like, yeah, have some biscuits. Still smashing it. Still smashing it because there's no good or bad foods. And it's until you free your mind from that false dichotomy of good or bad foods, that's when you'll get success. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, you want to make your nutrition as inclusive as possible, not exclusive. Okay, so just listen very carefully. You want to make that inclusive, not exclusive. Okay, so you want to include some stuff. Include some chocolate now and again and some crisps. Why not? Nothing is stopping you. And that's why I've got such a high success rate with clients, because I don't force them to take things out of their diet. I don't force them to do anything at all. There's no forcing. It's a coaching relationship. We work together. A bit different from most other diets, right? Number three, and here's a really big one. Okay, number three is really good, really big. I reckon for most of you, it's not chocolate that's causing you to not lose weight. Honest to God truth, I think most of you, it's not chocolate. Like, I hear all the time, oh, Greg, do you know what? Oh, I'm not losing weight. Yeah, I think it's those chocolates that I eat every night. And I'm like, oh, really? Okay. Well, here's an interesting thing, just to give you an example. One of my clients, Natasha, she was like, Greg, so I got her to really do a really good food audit for me for a week or so. And she was like, oh yeah, Greg, it must be my chocolate. But no, it wasn't her chocolate. The chocolate was about that much of her nutrition. The issue was in everything else that she was eating. So all the quote unquote healthy stuff. That's where she was going wrong. And until she had her eyes open to that, it was like, oh my God, so my chocolate's not bad. How do you make sure you don't overeat too much? Well, hey Lisa, here's the thing. And it's a really good question. How do you make sure you don't eat too much anyway? Okay, here's my version. This is what I do with clients. First of all, like, you have to do a proper assessment of where you are. If you don't know where you are, then you don't know how much you have to eat. And yes, there are loads of free online calculators, but what they can't do is look at your lifestyle, sleep, stress, and understand where you're really at, right? So they can't do that for you. So they'll spit out a number, okay? But here's what I do with my clients. All of my clients have their own blueprint, a nutrition blueprint. So in there, it has literally most foods that most people eat every day, and how much of each they they need to eat. Does that make sense? Yeah, so it will have protein, carbs, fats, okay? And literally, so they join a program, they do the lifestyle questionnaire. I then put together a bespoke, right, if it's this person, based on this, what they've told me about their lifestyle, this is how much of kind of each kind of macronutrient group, proteins, carbs, fats, that they need to eat. Yeah, so they get that individual. Then they, in the first week, as part of kind of induction week of working with me, they start to practice using those amounts of food. Does that make sense? And then after that, it's habit and practice. Like, big thing, simple thing for you, Lisa. Maybe it has to come down to, like, stop putting so much food on your plate. Is a really simple one. Yeah. Hey, Michelle. The other thing is chewing your food properly. Like, most people just gulp their food. Yeah, just gulp it. So that's to answer Lisa's question. So Lisa's question was, just to recap, was how do you know, make sure you're not eating too much overall food? Like I said, for me, my clients have their own individual blueprint for them, which shows them roughly how much. What's happened to my screen? I don't know. Can you see me now? Ladies, can you just comment and let me know if you can't see me? I'm going to log in on my laptop and stuff. Can you hear me? Does that make sense, Lisa? Like, I'm not trying to be all secretive, but that's how I do it. Like, I make it bespoke to everybody. Yeah, see, it's all okay. It's your screen, Michelle. Oh, black screen. I think you need to log out and log back in again. Yeah, see, Joe can see me. It's you, Michelle. Sorry. Yeah, see, Lisa can see me. It's not just me. I thought I was going mad. Yeah, so Lisa, I hope that makes sense in terms of my question. Oh, I've gone again. That's really weird. No, it's not you, Lisa. Really weird. Not you, Michelle. Ladies, I'm just going to quickly log in. Can you still hear me, though? That's the main thing. Like, if you can still hear what I'm saying, that's the main thing. So, yes, ladies, I want to really impress upon you that nutrition is individual, right? Nutrition is such an individual thing. And that's why... Okay, I'm back in. That's weird. Nutrition is such an individual thing, and that's why you have to make it individual. Yeah? It can't just be one size fits all. And that's the real problem with most nutrition things. I can see myself nice and clear. Like, all of you are different. You all have different stages of life. You all have different things going on. So what you need is to assess that realistically, and then you can understand exactly how much food you need of the different macronutrients. Does that make sense? Yeah. Someone who is like my client Lisa, she runs like twice a week. Yeah, she's like training for an ultra marathon. And here was what was really interesting, ladies, right? She was running twice a week, running loads of miles. She was working with a PT, and she wasn't losing weight when she came to me. Crazy, huh? She's doing all of that exercise, and she wasn't losing weight. Also, she was, approaching or around, she's around the kind of menopausal, perimenopausal age, and wasn't losing weight. Fix the nutrition, fix the stress management and the sleep, and that's the magic formula. So once you do all that stuff, then you're good to go. Yeah, Michelle, she's 11 pounds down. She was doing tons of exercise before, and she I'll happily share the message that she sent me yesterday. Okay, ladies, I'm gonna give you a really good tip. Ladies, if you want me to really give you a really awesome tip that can help you change your mindset about food, and this is part of what I do, right? Because I understand that nutrition, the calories and macros are important, but they're not that important. What's important is up here, right? So Lisa's just said, I think the kids really impact what I eat. For the worst, though, it's hard work. Okay, so here's the thing. Ladies, can I ask a question? Who is the boss in your house? I'll wait. Who is the boss in your house? I'm going to wait for you to answer. Who's the boss? Lisa's laughing, right, because she knows what I'm going to say. So ladies, let me understand. So you do the shopping, you buy the food that goes into the house. Right, so if you're the boss of the house, ladies, why are your children making it harder for you to eat properly? I'm assuming you all love your children and you want your children to be happy and healthy, right? So why are you buying them loads of shit food? Honest to God truth. Okay, so there you go. So Joe, you're the boss of your house. So Joe, you have the opportunity to control everything that happens in your house. You are the boss. So there's no outside influence for you to impact your nutrition. Like, I can understand a little bit if someone else has a partner and kids. So there is a bit of that, but here's the big thing. And here's what I love about how I do things, right? Because one of the big things is to... Right, okay, cool. Right, Lisa. Like, Lisa's trying to get me to coach her, like, live, and I can't do that properly because I can't see all the angles. But, here, Lisa, I'm going to ask you a question. And this is the big issue for all of you ladies, right? And this is just coming from me, coming from experience of working with lots of ladies, right? Here's the thing. Lisa's trying to get me to coach her through my program. I can't do it like this, but anyway, I'll give Lisa a little bit of love for this. So partner shops since COVID, no, they don't eat rubbish. It's that I'm rushed all the time. Okay, so Lisa, who controls your time? I'll leave it there. Like, one of the big things that I really work on, and a couple of weeks ago I did this with my group, with my clients, was we went through kind of a time management exercise. And here's the truth: you can't manage time. Okay, you can only manage the activities you do in that time. So if you're saying that you're always rushed, I bet you if I spent half an hour, not even that, I reckon 10 minutes of me going through your diary, I reckon I could find time for you to plan your food and eat it properly. So Lisa, I'm going to call you out on this. And this is said with love. You've thrown up about 3 or 4 excuses. Here's the thing. All of my clients have said all of the same things at some point in their lives. You are no different to them. Well, Lisa, there you go. That's your first mistake straight away. You've created your own monster, Lisa, by not having that, by making 3 different meals. Like, why are you making 3 different meals? Like, why? Just making life difficult for yourself, honest to God truth. And I've had clients do that. They used to make 1 meal for the kids, 1 meal for the hubby, 1 meal for them. But unless you get your family working as a team. So one of my clients, about 3 months ago, she was really struggling with what was going on with her family and stuff. And it was like, oh, can't get this to work. So do you know what I did? I got on a call with her husband, her and her kids. No, Lisa, they're not bloody fussy since birth. You have to get them into a stage where they have to decide that they're either hungry or they're not. Very, very simple. And actually, here's the thing, Lisa. I'm going to really drop the hammer. It doesn't really matter what the 3 meals are, per se. Because if you knew how much of each to eat, then you wouldn't have a problem. So there you go. So that's it, ladies. It comes down to understanding how much. Exactly. See, Michelle has that West Indian background where it's like, if you don't eat, then go hungry. That's your business. You'll eat eventually. Yeah, you'll eat eventually. If you're really hungry, you'll eat. You'll eat. So ladies, here's the thing you got to understand, right? Most of this nutrition stuff isn't actually diet and exercise. In fact, I'm going to say most of it is not diet and exercise. Most of it is dealing with the BS in your own heads. It's getting you to level up and step up and decide that actually you're fed up of what you're doing at the minute, spinning your wheels, making excuses, okay, and then trying to justify how you feel by everything else, because it all starts with you. And I think that's the big thing. So when people say they want to come and they talk to me about nutrition and they want to start getting in shape, I start asking questions about what's going on in their heads. Like, and it's not like a deep psychological thing, but it's just really understanding the thought patterns that go into your mind about how you eat and feel. Because I'll be honest, ladies, I reckon everything I say you can make an excuse for. So if you're already making those excuses, then how are you going to move forward? Oh, wait. Like, if we're really honest, ladies, some of you been in this group for such a long time that you probably know more about nutrition than the average person. So actually, the issue isn't information. The issue is not information. I'll tell you that for sure. The issue isn't about information. The issue is implementation. It's not information, it's implementation. True story. Tell me I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll hold my hands up and I'll be like, yeah, I was wrong. You know, it shouldn't be, you know, it's not that. Tell me I'm wrong. If you think I'm wrong, then hey. But the issue isn't information. It's not information. The issue is implementation. And that's the beauty of what I do. What I do is implementation. Information, calories in, calories out, da, 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 da. But there has to be a method by how you take all that information and actually implement it day to day. Doesn't matter how busy you are. Doesn't matter. I've got a client, she's a pharmacist. She's got a little girl. She works long hours. Got another one who's a pharmacist manager. Busy, stressful jobs. They did it, but where the difference is that they decided enough was enough. They were just fed up of like, I'm reading all this stuff, but I'm not changing. So ladies, I'm going to ask you a question now. Like, who's fed up of information and who actually wants to do something about it? That's the question. I'll leave that with you for a second and let you answer. Who's fed up of information? Because you all do it. We all do it, right? It's all, we'll watch Greg and Leanne, watch live, and it's great. We love putting out the free info and stuff to help you guys. But the issue is you take in all this information, but the method of how to actually implement is what you're struggling with. Cool, it's all gone quiet, ladies. Everyone's like, oh, my drop. So, I'm going to recap, because I know I've just hit you all hard with something pretty truthful. It's a truth bomb. But if you don't hear it from someone... Exactly, Michelle. Exactly, Lisa. But that's that, and Michelle and Lisa. This is why, like, okay, I'm gonna talk about me, ladies, for a second. Ladies, I have a sports science degree. I'm a PN nutrition coach. I'm a body type nutrition coach. Yeah, so that I don't even know how many certifications. I've got loads. I still have a coach because the coach is about implementation. And that's the big gap. That's the gap you've got, is all this information, implementation. But that's why I have the 3M method, because it is a method to get you from here to here. Yes, to feeling how you are now, to dropping up to 22 pounds, up to 20 pounds in 90 days with step-by-step implementation. Because I could talk to you all day about fasting, but if you don't have a vehicle to change it, it's all just noise. It's the lifestyle change. Yeah, Michelle, it is the change. So it's not the what, it's the how. Lisa, I know, yeah. So Lisa, yeah, you know a lot from your type 1 stuff. I've got Donna who's a type 1 and she's a client. She's doing awesome because implementation. And that's my role, people. That's why I kind of stopped doing the kind of personal training stuff, because what I used to see was people would do this. They'll turn up for their session, get sweaty, go home, and then turn up the next week and they hadn't changed. So my goal is to help with the 3M method. Yeah, that's how Lisa, I talked about earlier, Lisa, she's 11 pounds down now in 8 weeks, because we've just implemented stuff step by step. But the problem is, from a lot of ladies, is you've got to know where to start and how to begin. If you don't know that, then you're going to be here spinning your wheels. So it's about deciding whether it's time to get off the rusty nail. True story. So where was I talking about? Oh yeah, we went off on a tangent. I need to keep myself focused on these lives sometimes, because I just go off on a big old tangent. Ladies, have I made sense? Just comment if I've made sense. There's 5 of you watching. I know there's 5 of you deep in thought right now who are like, I might have hit you a bit low, but I really want to get this through to you that I can give you all of the sexy tricks that I know, and it's all great. It's all great information. Yep, Chantel, it's the doing, not the knowing. Yeah, it's the truth. But that, ladies, that's why I have a coach, right? I know what to do, but even for me, sometimes doing it is tough. I'm not sitting up here going, oh yeah, I'm perfect. I can write awesome training programs. If I write my own, I'll do all the things I like doing. My coach won't let me do that, so I outsource all of that stuff. Hey, Rena. Oh, hey, Rena, how are you? But my coach writes my programs. Exactly, Lisa. That's exactly that. If you don't have one, if you don't have your own Mr. Miyagi, then how can you do the crane kick? You'll never be able to do it. Yeah? Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off. Paint the fence. Sweep the floor. And guess what happened? Daniel LaRusso won the championship. So he came from not being able to fight to the crane kick because he had Mr. Miyagi making him do basic wax on, wax off. Hey, Rena, I'm awesome. By the way, you owe me an answer to my last question, Rena. Can I just be honest? So, ladies, we're talking about snacks, right? Let me just run back through for the ladies who have just come on now, because I'm going to go and go and chill now for the day. But here's a little bit of a wrap up. First of all, most of you are on or entering into nutrition strategies that are keeping you in deprivation, not satisfaction. And that's why you struggle to include snacks, etc. Okay? Lisa, and I'm using her as an example, she's 11 pounds down and still eats all of the snacks that she loves. Yeah? 90% of people it isn't the snacks that's the problem, it's actually the other stuff. And until you know what the other stuff is and what's going on, then you can't fix it. Okay? And I think the last kind of points that we've touched on, like, ladies, you can throw up all of the I can give you all of the info. My job is implementation, not info. There's so much information in this group, right, that if you spent a day like just going through stuff. Michelle, a lot of us don't eat because we're hungry. Michelle, what does that mean? Does that mean you don't eat because you're not hungry? That's not everyone. Michelle, you are not everyone. So what does that mean? A lot of us don't eat because we're hungry. Oh, emotional stuff. Gotcha. All right. I'm gonna knock this one out of the park. I'm gonna get this one from Michelle. It's a great one, Mish. Great question. I'm gonna like Babe Ruth. All right. So, ladies, food and emotion. Yeah. And this is why I keep saying to you, ladies, that most of the thing isn't the strategy. Like, this is why I've got the 3Ms, right? This is exactly why I have the 3Ms. Movement, that's your training side of things, or your daily mobility, whatever that is that I program for you. Awesome. Number 2, metabolism. That's the nutrition aspect. That's managing sleep and stress. And the third M is mind. It's dealing with the mind stuff, because if you have the other two M's and you don't have this other M, you're going to keep going around in circles. Our new diet plan, that's going to solve it for me. If I have a new nutrition plan, that's going to solve it. If I have a new training plan, that's going to solve it. And it never solves it because you can't get the mind bit sorted to get it fixed. Like, that's why I just saw for years and years and years as a PT, people are doing the diet stuff, doing the training, and then they end up running around in circles and doing it. Like, eating for emotional reasons, that's my bag. The big question for you, Michelle, is whether you feel like you deserve to be happy. So that's why I'm not that one back. So the question is, you need to look at the whole of your life then, if you feel like you're emotional eating. And that's cool. Everyone eats for emotion. If I'm happy, I eat. If I'm sad, I eat. So it doesn't matter. In that respect, emotional eating isn't necessarily a bad thing. But then we need to start looking at other aspects of other things that are going on. Lisa, like, here's the thing, Lisa. I'm happy if anyone jumps on to come and work with me. I'm happy to talk to husbands or partners. Got to be politically correct. And husbands and kids, to talk to them and say, look, here's the deal. Your mum is going to go on a change, but she needs your help. Because let's be honest, Lisa, your husband would want you to be happy, right? So if he wants you to be happy, he got your back, but he needs to hear it in the right way. That's all. Mish, I eat for boredom. Well, Mish, at the risk of sounding like a 5-year-old child, why do you get bored? Because, like, everyone's saying that they're really busy. So is it really boredom that's the issue, or is there something else that's going on? Now, I'm not expecting you to answer that, Mish, but I want you to just take that away and think about it. But unless you're willing to have those deep conversations, there's nothing doing, people. And it's been so interesting just watching ladies come through my program, Revolution, and see the changes in them, where they don't boredom eat anymore, where they're not just sitting there snacking for no reason. Like, they live a life now which is driven by some more purpose, rather than just letting life just take over them. Because that's what's happening to a lot of you. Everyday life is just ticking by. We are in June, ladies. If you think back, January was only the other day, and you're all sitting there going, yeah, new year, new me, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and we're in June. So that's going to be another year where you say, I haven't fixed my health. Another year where you're sitting there going, oh, do you know what, I haven't been in photos with the kids because I feel embarrassed. Another year where you're sitting there going, oh my God, I can't play out in the garden with the kids because I can't run after them because I've got all these aches and pains. And if that's not priceless, then I don't know what is. So ladies, I'm gonna tell you the honest truth, like, itchy eye. You've all tried all of these, you've tried all the free programs, ladies, right? I guarantee your inbox is full of, try the new free diet method that's gonna revolutionize your life. Like, who's tried a free nutrition plan? There's no shame in it, by the way. Who's tried like a freebie nutrition guide that, you know, in fact, you might have even taken mine. In fact, all of you, if you're on my email list, you would have got a free 7-day meal plan. You would have got other recipes as well, right? You've all done it. Yeah? Cool. Number 2, you've all tried a 6-week program. And it's interesting because Michelle used to do one with me a long time ago. And Michelle dropped 14 pounds. Yeah, Michelle, I'm just going to expose you. Yep, Chantel saying, yep. Michelle, she dropped 14 pounds in my 6 weeks. And what I realized was, it was awesome, but why did it work? Why did it work so well? Why did Michelle have that result? The reason was accountability, structure, direction. She knew what to do. But now we've upgraded, and Revolution is like a whole different beast. And we've got the mind aspect. Like, it's pretty much foolproof, ladies. But the problem is all of these 6-week programs that you keep buying. Exactly, Michelle. I had you in my life. You were in my life daily. Guess what? All of a sudden, Michelle went from, oh, I'll never lose weight, to 14 pounds lighter and getting compliments all the time. But that's why I had to upgrade things and really invest some time, money, and energy into learning more about the psychology and the mindset stuff to be able to implement that into my program. So, ladies, like, you've tried all the cheapy programs, you've tried all of the get fit quick stuff, and yeah, it worked for a bit. It worked for 2 weeks. The big challenge you have to decide is go, well, actually, I work damn hard. I deserve to feel great in myself, because the carryover to that into your family life, your career life, your social life, the memories you create, how you live in the future. Like, yeah, if you tell me, ladies, if you dropped 11 pounds over 8 weeks, still include loving your snacks, and you got 3 inches off your stomach, how would you feel? You'd feel awesome, and it was easy. So Revolution is to turn your mind, body, and soul into a fat burning machine, not just, here's another diet plan, go do it. And the big thing is support. You all need support. Yep, Jojo agrees. That's what you will want. Yep, Lisa's like, yep, that's what I want. So there's only one way to do it. There's only one way to do it. Is to come and have a chat with me about if you want to change or not. Simple. There's no pressure. If you're not ready for it, you're not ready for it. That's cool. The question I'd ask is, how long are you going to wait to then be ready to make the change? Like, I see all the time, yeah, Greg, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and review this, I'm going to research this and all the rest of it. But you don't have time. Yes, it's not, ladies, and with all due respect, ladies, nutrition, training, mindset isn't your expertise. Your graphic designers, your mums, your whatever you do. Exactly, Lisa knows, because Lisa's probably done the same. We've all done it. Oh, I'm going to research this. I'm going to go and look at this. I'm going to go and do. 6 weeks later, you're still doing research that you haven't actually done because, well, don't tell me it's not true. And that's why you pick up so many freebie things that you never use. How many? If you went into your inbox right now, how many things have you signed up for that are free? I'm talking about clothes stuff. Get this free, get this free thing, get this free. Ah, Michelle's gonna say life takes over. All right, Mish, that's a story that, honestly, if I'm just going to be honest, because I think that's the best way to be. And yes, things happen in our lives, right? My dad's been ill recently, over last year, my parents are divorcing. Look, there's some deep stuff happening in my life. Deep stuff happening in my life. I had a client, I've got a client who, she's had death in the family. She then had something else in the family. She then nearly lost her daughter. She messaged me today to say she's dropped a stone. Go and check my profile. She messaged me today to say, Greg, I've dropped a stone, because she's worked on the things she can control. So when we say life takes over, flip that and actually change that to be that I haven't taken anything that I want to do as priority. Because, okay, we all have to go to work. Got it. But outside of work, you control what you do, right? None of you are slaves. So, is it life takes over, or do you just do the same patterns and the same things every time? And here's a line that you've all dropped, ladies. Here's a line you've all dropped. I know what to do, I'm just not doing it. Who's dropped that line? I know what to do, but I'm just not doing it. It's a bit like a man trying to put together a wardrobe and not looking at the instructions. Us men are good at that. In fact, that might be my next post. There you go, Mish. Mish knows. I'll just call you. You know, I'll just call the truth. Lisa, but Lisa, here's the thing. There are ladies like you who are doing it. And that's the difference, ladies. That's the big difference between where you are now and the ladies who are getting awesome results. So like Monica, she's got like a granddaughter who's not well. She's got complications with another pregnancy and stuff in her family. Someone passed away recently. She's got a sister that's ill. She's got all of this stuff going on, but messages me this morning to say, Greg, it's all good. I'm in control of my nutrition. I've got that sorted from what you've told me. So guess what? I'm a stone down. Boom. So if you keep telling yourself the stories that, if you keep telling yourself the stories that, oh, life takes over, it's easier said than done. There is evidence and proof of people doing it already, ladies. And they're just as busy as you or busier. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not checking everyone's calendar. So there we go, ladies. I don't know how we got from snacking. But where it comes down to is, yes, you can eat your snacks and still get in awesome shape. Like Lisa's done. Like Monica's doing. Like Sarah. Like Seema. Like Seja. Like Eileen. Like Rosie. Do I need to just keep going on with names? But what I wanted to leave you with is, ladies, like, this wasn't supposed to go down the mindset route. Like Terry Ann. She's got 2 daughters. Trying to grow other businesses on the same side as working. Guess what? £29 down in lockdown. £29 down in lockdown. Sam, another lady I've worked with recently, £28 down in lockdown. Boom. So you got to decide, ladies. Decision time is here. If you're in your 40s and you're still worrying, you're still deciding whether you're actually going to take charge of life, then you just got to make a decision now, whether that's the way you want to carry on. Lisa, I could give you Louise, she's about £25 down overall, 7 inches off her stomach. She's got 3 kids, 2 of which are twins, a husband, and has now just opened her own business and is still smashing it. And it's not because she's better than anybody. She's now got the skills and the tools to implement the changes that we've created together to get the results she wants. So it's not, no one's better. It's they made the decision to say, do you know what, Greg, I've had enough of this. I need to get this shit together. So if you've been stalling on reaching out to me, then that's cool. I get it. Life takes over, right? But you're plodding along, waking up every morning, going, oh, I'm sick of this shit. Nothing fits. I can't wear the strappy tops that I want to wear. Every year, it's the same thing. And you're like, oh, yeah, I'll get round to it. If that's what you're doing, then that's the result. But if you're fed up of it, need to reach out. Give me a shout. Let's be honest. None of you no one's gone on holiday this year. So this is the year to get stuff done. It's whether you're happy staying as the person you are now, or if you want to change to something else. But it can be done. I could reel off names of ladies and give you the details. You can message them if you want. I'll happily go to them. Hey, would this person be able to message you and see what's happening? Hey, Donna, Leanne. Do I need to keep continuing? So yeah. So I don't know how we got to this from snacking. really don't know. So ladies, has that been useful? First of all, just comment that's been useful. Smash the heart button a few times, and then just let me know this has been useful. I feel exhausted now. Like, I want to sleep. It's 8 o'clock already. Jesus. Ladies, I want heart buttons, not likes. I want heart buttons. I want hearts, 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 hearts. All right. Yeah, Mish, that's why you got to have 3 M's. Yeah, if you try and do 2, if you leave out this one, nothing works. So Mish is like, yeah, it's all part of it. Yeah, Michelle's giving me like, oh, thank you, Mish. Love you too. Right, ladies, so I'm going to leave with this. If you do want help with all of this stuff and you're confused, stuck, stressed out, you only need to message me. I'm not that far away. Peace out.